I just don't know, like, what. Remind me to stop and buy some cereal. Watch your head. Alright, let's eat it up, because we gotta go get it. We gotta go get this man.
I thought this man wasn't coming. I thought this man was at flight.
Yeah, but his flight, he said he lands at 10 o'clock, so. Eight, 9, 10. Yeah, that is 9:24. So I didn't want you to have to, you know, like rush eating. I hate rushing when I'm eating. Just kidding.
Mommy, what's the soup I made?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit with you. I need to get some breakfast in me too. What should I have? I feel like I'm gonna make banana peanut butter toast.
Yeah, make that.
I'm gonna make that.
Nah.
You don't like bananas, right?
Nah.
Yeah.
Whatever I'm playing.
Okay. I'm just looking at you because you're looking at me. What are you looking at? Hey y'all, welcome back to another vlog. This one is just going to be a spend the day with me. Fair warning, you guys are looking at a girly who's on the verge of a panic attack. On the verge of an anxiety-induced panic attack. Like, I could just feel it. Something is brewing and I don't know what it is. Like, I've been awake since 5 a.m. I just like was aware of time all night and I don't know what's up. I mean, like, I know what's up. There's a series of what's ups, but I don't know which one of them is about to push me over. So naturally, I'm gonna pick up the camera and vlog through it. I don't know what's going on. I just feel like I don't want to be alone right now, and it's not like I can talk to my 4-year-old daughter about it. So let's just get through this day together. I've got a couple of things going on today. First, starting with breakfast, we need to eat and then make it on the way to the airport. My brother is back in town, and he's landing soon. It's 9:45. He says he's landing at 10, so we should leave. We should leave soon. Yeah, we should do that. But anyway, yeah, spend the day with me and see if I crack by the end of this video or not.
There, that means it's a dog park for dogs to run around everywhere.
How do you know that?
Because dogs are simple.
Nothing
Trader Joe's has lately been overstimulating as hell to me. Like, I really just went in and out. And it's just, I mean, we know this everywhere, but I'm so sad that it's hitting our beloved Trader Joe's. Like, inflation is insane. I think I got like 13 items, if that, and it was cents over $40. It's not even like, what I got wasn't even, it's not even going to sustain me for this week. I literally still need to get like vegetables and all that stuff or whatever, but I just had no patience to stand in there, and I just, again, like the little anxious whatever on me, I just didn't want to stand in lines, and I felt like they were getting longer and longer. So I'm gonna end up having to like just do something tomorrow morning. So I don't know. Now we are going to do let me do me a favor. Thanks. But anyway, yeah, we are going to the car wash now. I'm in oh, if you are new to my vlog, hi, first of all, welcome again if you've made it this far. This vlog is usually about me trying to raise myself while I'm raising my 4-year-old, almost 5-year-old. She'll be 5 in a week, and she's been acting so annoying. She's in the okay, relax. I mean, it's the truth. But yeah, that's what this vlog is usually about. But we talk about other things too, you know, my opinion, what I'm loving, what I'm hating, what I'm going through. Definitely a very transparent space. And in that vein, you see me in a car right now, but this is my baby Zeddy's car. Actually, he's out of town, so I was able to borrow his car instead of spending money to rent one. To rent one. But my car was stolen earlier this month, and that car is gone, baby. My brand new car, bought with my hard-earned money. They got me for it. So now I basically have just been like renting cars or whatever, but I'm in his car, and he comes back tomorrow. So I'm like, let me, you know, as a little thank you. It's not as a thank you, it's mostly for me, because I hate riding around in a dirty car. Because why do I need to thank my baby daddy for giving me a car to ride his child around in? Like, you understand what I'm saying to you? So I take that back. I'm simply going to get the car washed because I don't want to ride around in a dirty ass car. Ooh, the accidents. The streets have been crazy, y'all. Like, I'm driving with extra precaution for real, because I don't know, like I said, today has just been so weird. I feel like I'm seeing accidents everywhere. All of this whole week has just been like crazy accidents. I've been a little bit more clumsy than usual. Like, let me not bring anything onto myself for real, but I don't know. The streets are weird. I woke up at exactly 5 a.m. like 5 a.m. on the dot today. My brother, like, when I was telling him that, why did he land and then text me back the same thing? He also woke up at 5 a.m. on the dot. So what does that mean? If you're watching this and you're a numbers girly, you're an astrology girly, what's going on for real? I need to know.
The air fryer I bought.
That who bought?
That I purchased through my hard.
Yeah, all right. Guys, I got a new air fryer, and like, look how boss it is. Dual chambers, and you could cook at 2 different temperatures and at 2 different times. Oh my god, there's literally everything. I'm really in the big leagues now in terms of air fryers.
Sausage in there, so I want to do it.
The one sausage?
Half a quarter of the sausage.
What are you about to make?
It's really not enough for both of us, so it doesn't even
What
matter.
do you mean?
It really doesn't matter.
Look how packed this refrigerator is. You would think somehow I'm still gonna find a reason to say there's no food in this house. I am worse than a teenager. We need more milk though. I went to Trader Joe's and still forgot water, cereal, milk, juice. And like I told you guys before, my brother's trying to be just like me. I'm switching from coffee to tea. So, yeah. If you guys have favorite teas, let me know. What? What happened? Yeah. People want to take residence in my house and have something to say about what's in my refrigerator. And I find that crazy. Anyway, we're back home. This one has an attitude per usual. This one is being abusive to this one per usual. I'm gonna take the quickest nap because I feel like I feel like the girl has been up for hours and then just ran 50 billion errands, including driving all the way to the airport. Usually I like to send an Uber, or if I'm going to somebody's city, I just get in an Uber. I don't want you to leave your house. That's controversial though to some people. Like, people think the etiquette is to pick someone up when they're coming to visit you.
You owe me about $158. I also did.
How do I owe you $158? Count it out.
Last grocery haul
that you ate.
The $50 I accidentally sent.
That you sent me and I didn't ask for it. So why do I have to pay for that? Why would I have to suffer the consequences of you sending me $50?
It's actually not paying anything. Get it?
No, it doesn't make any sense.
Not yours.
Yesterday, I'm on the way to buy some sneakers for his niece, his only niece, his firstborn child to be anything. So I'm buying her sneakers because she's in need. She needs them. She literally needs shoes to walk outside.
Okay, this is a child in need now. Guys.
Literally. And out of nowhere, I get $50 in my Apple Pay. I'm like, come on, little bro. Blessing sis, blessing niece, to be honest. And I waited a little bit because I'm thinking he's gonna write like a cute little message like, love ya, something under it, or like just because, you feel me? So we get to the mall and I'm like, oh, what's this little blessing for? And he was like, oh, no, send that back. That's for my barber. You think I sent it back?
If my barber sees this, you know where your money went.
Whatever. Don't get arrested. Anyway, let me go take this nap because I can't. Look, I look like a panic attack is coming. So, bye.
Very true.
Y'all, okay, last we spoke, I was going to take a quick nap and then continue the day. I woke up, it was way too dark. I didn't finish anything else. We didn't do anything else, whatever. But I turned on this camera immediately because I'm about to walk a couple things backwards. So let's follow along. Walk with me here. Why did they just call me and tell me they found my car? One day before my insurance would have paid me out, they found that freaking car. I can't tell which is the blessing and where the blessing lies at this point. Like, for real. I'm just have to keep, I'm asking y'all to walk with me, but I'm gonna have to keep walking with God because I don't really understand like what is the purpose in this? Like, what is the lesson? What is the blessing here? Like, I'm confused. I thought the blessing was gonna be that payment is off my back. But I guess like I was starting to see how it was gonna get annoying to continue to keep like doing rental cars because I definitely am not in a position to buy another car right now. Like, cars in this economy, used cars, I would have had the same car payment I had for this BMW that I bought with perfect credit, mind you. It's just not the time to be buying a new car, period. But whatever, they found the car. They called me maybe like an hour ago. I had to get like all this other stuff done immediately after. So yeah, the car itself is fine. Like he said there's no body damage, no anything to, and the inside looks fine. Car seat still strapped in the back, but it's missing like it's missing all 4 tires and like the wheel thing it sits on. And like, you know, the cars like that, most cars now are like that, you know, the sensors and all that stuff. So I don't know, child. We gotta see if Geico is going to mark this car totaled or that they'll be able to fix it. But I'm honestly hoping that they are able to fix it because, like I said, just the headache of anything else. And it's really more uncertainty. This has never happened to me before, so I have like no idea, you know, like when they write you a check, don't they just write you just enough to pay what you financed the car for? Like, I don't see how I'm gonna get, you know what I'm saying? Like, how would I get a new car for real? Without like having another down payment on something, and that's just like not what my money is going to go to. So I don't know. So I feel relieved, but now I feel like another set of stress for real. So there's that. But like I said, we're walking backwards. I'm gonna be so vulnerable with you guys, like for real. If you are watching this like and just listening and you're not like watching to like watch, you might want to grab a seat with your girl. Like, you might want to just give me a second, a moment of your time, because like I need your help. Like, I need some things off my chest, and like I need to get a therapist. But until I do so, like, we're gonna talk about it real quick. So I know I started this channel talking about my relationship with my daughter's father and how like tumultuous it's been almost from the beginning, and how, you know, the highs and lows of it. Obviously, why I say highs, we've only heard about the lows because it's been a lot of lows and very low valleys at that. And you know, I've come on here, talked about them, kind of got over them, figured them out, whatever. And you know, for newcomers that are here, just a little bit of backstory. I am not with my child's father, and we haven't been together almost since when she was born. And we've just dealt with, or I've suffered through a lot of what I believe is like narcissistic personality disorder from him. And so, yeah, it's like really shaped a lot of how I deal in the world, how I deal as a parent, and just me. And I started this community because of that. I just felt really alone. I felt like I didn't know who I could really talk to. And you know, not all friends understand everything, and that's okay. That's not like a judgment on them. But sometimes some things you're going through, you can only rely on and or have that conversation with other people who are going through it or have gone through it. So I just started this community to see if I can meet people that way, and I have, and I've met so many supportive women who have just stepped forward with their own story, or people who didn't know what words to use or what language to use to identify what they were going through. And so, yeah, I'm always grateful that I started this channel, and in that vein, I'm always gonna come back and be so very serious and so very transparent with y'all about when things develop in that story that I originally started here with, you know. Like, it's not all like Aritzia shopping and blah, blah, blah. Like, your girl be going through it in between keeping it cute, you know. So getting back to the matter at hand, I have just been feeling, even before I say that, getting back to the matter at hand, he and I have been cool. I mean, as you could see, I even like let him be on this vlog in, you know, no uncertain terms, like twice now, and you've seen our interaction has been just fine. I feel like in my heart of hearts, like he is taken some sort of a positive turn. Things have been pretty even keel. For the most part, I've been able to depend on him to do what needs to be done. We've definitely had like a lot of conversation on like being together and what that would look like, what it would feel like. And you know, I think like what's hard for me to process is knowing what happened versus how I feel. Let me explain that. I can't forget the things that I went through with this person, and just always knowing that I feel like what I went through and what continued to happen would not have stopped if he didn't get caught in some of that stuff. You know what I mean? And I can't forget that. So no matter how nice he seems in the moment, no matter how like well behaved he seems in the moment, I feel like I'm constantly stuck there. which just creates this like really unfair dynamic. Like if I'm being human, like it's unfair because it's like he wants to move away from that identity, merited or not. He wants to move away from that identity and wants to move forward. And I'm standing here like, I would like to move forward too, but it's just like, I also can't play stupid. You know what I mean? Like I can't act like that's not a huge part of my relationship with this person. It's just all been dark. And now it's like trying to be light. And I'm just sitting in the corner like, are we really playing like so and such didn't happen? Like, am I supposed to forget? Like in the middle of me, like kikiing, in the like literally like the next thought I have in the back of my head is I actually hate this person. Like, whoa, you know? So it just makes it really, really difficult because I kind of feel bad, but at this, like I feel badly because, you know, he's trying to create the opportunity for things to be completely different, to move forward together, to be together, and have like a different type of relationship. And it's like, y'all, this is everything I ever thought I wanted. I thought I wanted for us to move together and be fine and move forward together. I mean, and be totally fine. And oh, he's finally paying attention to just me. And like, I can, you know, he's getting me this and this. And we're just, you know, don't have to worry about people. And we're like doing so well with like handling cadence and handling family stuff. But it's like all that is happening. And all I can think about is, girl, did you just settle? And all I can also think about, I read this the other day, but it like made my thoughts so like it just encompassed everything I was thinking, that it was like, this isn't the love story I wanted to tell my daughter. And I've had that conversation with him a couple of times, like, so like, okay, if we get together, if we whatever, like it's all good. And it's, you're the one benefiting from this more than I am if we get back together for real. I haven't done any of these things to you. You haven't suffered because of me. You haven't gone through anything because of me. I have. And in turn, and because I have, and as an individual, as a mother, my child has also suffered through these things that you've put me through, you know? And so I feel like my motherhood was intentional from the jump. I didn't just like wake up and get pregnant, you know? And I remember I used to say that all the time. In my earlier vlogs, like we planned her, and I planned her a little bit deeper, down to the fact that I just knew what I wanted to create. I had this image of what I did not want, which is my parents and what I've come from and what I've seen. And I had this like vision of what I wanted to create, which I thought we connected on for some reason, you know, but nobody sets out to be duped. I'm not even gonna like dwell on that too long, but he just like took that from me. He took that vision from me, and I survived, right? But being with him would mean I've completely given up on the love story I wanted to tell my daughter. I'm not naive to think that, you know, all love stories are perfect, and your love story, if you went through a little infidelity or whatever and now you guys have made it, is less than. Like, that's not what I mean. I just never saw myself really being with someone who's cheated on me, and cheated on me a lot and showed no freaking remorse for it, you know? Like, and just in the worst times that I really needed that person there, they were like in somebody else's face, embarrassing me, you know? So I just couldn't imagine my daughter then growing up and possibly falling into these things. And I'm just sitting here like, I stayed with your daddy and he did this. I just know, like, and it's like, kids don't need to know all your business. I guess that's the argument to it, but I don't think I parent like that. I think even at Cadence's age now, like, I talk to her in her language. I tell her the truth, but in her language, right? I like limit it to what she can process and understand for now. If she has questions, we go on and go on and go on. But I'm not really, in most instances, a stay in a child's place. I will create the child's place within the reality that we're living in, if that makes sense. So that's something that's always been really heavy on my heart and heavy on my conscience. Like, okay, you're nice now and you're doing all of this, but you've taken so much from me and doesn't feel the same. But yet I find myself still carrying the weight of like his feelings, because now it's not like I'm doing this to a person that I carry vitriol for or anything, because he's not that person anymore. He's not acting like that person anymore. Well, you never know. Sometimes I'll leave it there. But he's not currently acting like that person anymore. He's acting like someone who is sorry and someone who wants to move forward together and someone who wants to change things, but there's so much of a gap in between that, and that disconnect is like palpable. But I feel like only one of us is like, hello, and that person is me. And I was like, you know what, let me like actually like put this out there. Like, let me tell him how I'm feeling and see how he responds. I'll know from there, like if I'm, you know, if I can just cut it off right there, or just like if we can actually sit and talk about this. So I basically told him exactly what I just told you guys, like how I'm feeling about this and how I feel like, you know, while he's trying to put things together, I'm trying to find every single thing to like take it apart, and like I just don't feel comfortable. I might, you know, be around, but I don't always feel comfortable, whatever. Basically exactly what I told you guys. And the response was fine. It wasn't anything deep, but it was definitely fine. And fast forward, I get back home and we got into like a small, like the smallest of little disagreement, but I'm telling you, like he will like blink wrong and I'm like, good, we don't need to be talking anyway, that's fine. And so I didn't react that way, but I kind of was just like, you know, I'm looking for things over and over again to confirm how I'm feeling. I'm having a hard time internally confirming how I'm feeling, and I find myself looking for external validation. What did I say? Extrinsic, wrong word. I'm looking for external validation from almost anything. That happens, and then I get on my phone and I open Instagram, and literally the very first video I see is this.
Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising, welcome to your November Tarot forecast. I want to know what you continue to ignore or avoid about. I feel like there's a person or maybe a situation that you want to like speak up about. Maybe you want to sit down and have some kind of conversation or whatever. And I feel like this is connected to you breaking a cycle that really kind of keeps you stuck, keeps you either unhappy or keeps you in a familiar loop that maybe has been comfortable, and you're just like, I don't want to say something, but like now, like you have 10 of coins, 10 of cups, 10 of swords, and they're all reversed. And I feel like something here karmically is like coming to a completion, and you can decide if you want to move forward into this next chapter with that same connection in the same situation. And, you know, with the same approach. Like maybe it's not that the person needs to go entirely, but like there's something about this person. Like, okay, there's two things. For some of you, yes, you just really haven't sat down and had that conversation yet, and you need to, okay? So that will help at least bring in the information, and then moving forward, you can figure out how they respond, what changes, etc., and then you can decide later. I haven't been locked. Like you can still, you know, quote unquote, connect with them in some way, like whatever. But it's just like, and you probably will. You probably will because you're a Libra. You'll probably have some kind of, for most of you, some kind of friendship. And if you're falling in love again, or the friendship interferes with business, or it's something that's just off, or whatever, it feels wrong, then stop. But my point is, like, I'm sure you know how to leave this situation with high integrity and honor and love, and that's beautiful. But if you continue to feel that you need to make a change here and you don't, you are literally going against your guides, against what the universe is asking from you, and against your higher self who knows what you should be doing, and you're ignoring it, and you are stopping this person from learning. So what happens next? So if you are limiting yourself in one way because you know you deserve more and want more, but you're not honoring yourself and you're not letting yourself expand because you're connected to the situation still and you know you shouldn't be, then that is what happens for all other things. You continue to keep yourself stuck and limited because in one area you're deciding to do that. So it applies to all areas because it is a frequency. It is a vibration. It's not about the physical, logical understanding. It's not about that. It's about your energetic signature behind in your energy field. So it's like,
when I tell you, I feel like that's nothing but divine spirit. I feel like that's nothing but my grandmother up in heaven just shaking me to something. And the part where he said that like the universe is literally, it has a cap on me right now because I refuse to move out of a safe place. I refuse to move out of where my entire body is like rejecting being in. This morning, obviously I woke up with that still like kind of like fresh on my mind, a little bit, you know, on my heart or whatever. I dropped Cadence off from school this morning, and I just like followed up, and I was just like, I think I need like kind of like an interaction break. I think I need to remove myself from the space for a little bit. I have a lot to focus on. You have a lot to focus on as well. So like, let's just do that. Let's just be in our own corners for a little bit. I don't think it's a coincidence that as soon as I said that, my car was found. Anyway, I'm gonna keep updating you guys. This vlog was supposed to be a spend the day with me vlog, and it's now 2 days, so I don't want it to go on too long. So I am going to just take you guys through what I'm doing today. I have to finish up some personal work as well as work. There are like 2 laptops by me. I've got a lot of emails to answer. I actually have a lot of like potential partnerships in my inbox, and I think I've just been so bogged down with the car stuff and just feeling completely just crazy that I just put them off to the side. But a lot of them are deadlines today to answer to, so I'm gonna do that. And then we gotta get Cadence in about like an hour, and then I'm gonna stop to pick up the second half of groceries, honestly, please. So yeah, let's do that, starting with my work first.